Let me say this straight. You don't need more business ideas. What you need is the courage to act on one. Just one. You are addicted to brainstorming, daydreaming, planning, always talking, but not building. But in this video, we are going to talk about how to break that cycle because the world doesn't pay dreamers, it pays doers. Let's get started. Now, there's something that we call the idea obsession. Everyone loves to brainstorm. You sit with your friends and you say, what if we start a clothing line? Let's build an app for students. Let's say, imagine if we had a food delivery business for rural areas. The idea feels good. They make you feel smart. You see yourself as a visionary. But days turns to weeks turns to month, and still nothing is launched. Why? Because you are in love with ideas and not execution. So now let's talk about why we avoid execution. Most people, why do we avoid execution? Taking action. Here is the hard truth. Because execution exposes you. It reveals your gaps. It opens you up to criticism. It forces you to commit yourself, your time, your resources, and all of that. That is why so many people stay in the fantasy, because it's safer there. But nothing grows in the safety zone. You want to build wealth, you want to influence, you want to make impact, you've got to get your hands dirty. The other thing that we want to talk about is that execution is the great divider. Execution is what separates the talkers, those of us who talk plenty, from the builders. Let me show you how. Because for ideas, everyone has one. Planning, fewer people take this step. Launching, very few ever launch the idea or their business. For feedback, most people ignore it. And growth is only for consistent people. Most people stop at stage 1 or 2, but the winners, they launch imperfectly because the business doesn't have to be perfect. You just have to launch it. Learn fast and then fix it as you go. So whilst you are still searching for fancy, business names and all of that, someone is collecting sales, someone is cashing in. So how do you shift from thinking, brainstorming to execution and doing? Let me help you to break this idea trap with 4 simple steps. The first one is that you have to pick one idea, just one. Stop juggling between 10, 15 plans because simplicity wins. The second thing I have to talk about is that you have to set a 30-day goal. Create a mini version of the idea. Launch it, whether it's perfect or not. Let it roll. The third thing you have to do, that don't wait for feedback. Ask for it. One thing that I learned from my Cosmos Innovations Agritech Challenge somewhere back in 2019 is that feedback is a gift. Feedback is gold. Let people use your product and see what works. The fourth thing is that create, market, and then repeat that cycle. Don't hide in the thinking cap forever. Some of you have golden ideas sitting in your notes apps and all of that. But if you don't act, someone else will. Because ideas don't make you a founder. It's only execution that does. So today I challenge you to pick one idea, set a date, launch it, because movement is better than potential. If this message hits you hard, subscribe for more raw and real business truth. And tell me in the comment, what idea are you going to finally execute? I'll be reading, I'll be checking. Subscribe if you haven't. Share to your friends, let them also come. Young entrepreneurs, let's learn together, let's grow together. And I know God will definitely bless you.